Hello guys, welcome to today's video. So today we'll be discussing the chapter 7 of the book Aviation and Business Management, which is on the topic of human resources, which is in short known as HR. First we'll discuss the personal management, then I'll discuss about the HR. Personal management is a part of management that deals with recruitment, hiring, staffing, development and compensation of workforce and the relation with organization to achieve the organizational objectives. So everything related to recruiting, HR, staffing, development, and related to workforce. Workforce are basically the human people like me and you. So this personal management will take care of recruitment, hiring, staffing, development of, and all the activities related to humans working in the organization. So some of the other primary functions are like they need to take care of the development of the employees. They have to provide with compensation, job evaluation, employee welfare, which is the key. So all the things which are related to humans in the organization are taken care by the personal management. Next, you know the difference between the personal management and human resources is like personal management is an old term and human resources is a new terminology which is used nowadays. So this is the only difference. Basically both are same. There is a very short difference which I'll be telling you in the later part of this video. So what are the managerial functions of the human resources? Like all the basic management functions, the HR function is also similar. That is, they involve planning, organizing, directing, motivating, controlling, and coordinating. So these are some of the basic managerial activities which are done by almost everybody, and the same case is with HR also. So these functions are being done by HR. Now we'll come to the human resource management. There's a separate term coin which is HRM. It is a specialized and organized branch of management with acquisition, maintenance, development, utilization, coordination in such a manner that they will give best to the enterprise. Basically, the summary is you have to take care of the people working in the department, which is your human resources. So, similar like personal management, the definition is same. You have to select the employees, you have to train the employees, you have to provide the compensation, you have to do a performance appraisal of them. So, all these things so that employee satisfaction is taken care. So the employees who are working in the organization should be happy, they should be satisfied, they should be motivated, they should be paid enough salaries. So all these things are taken care by HR. So as I have said, the difference between personal management and HRM is nothing but HRM is the modern or the advanced version. This is the only difference. So what is the actual difference is in the older versions, if you go back to the industrial revolution, well, the new machinery and new tools were being used in the factories and all. So those days we used to refer them as personal management. So what they used to do is they used to treat workers as tools or machines. Okay, whereas the human resources management treat the human resources as an asset. So this is the key difference. In personal management, they are just like tools and machines, whereas human resources they are treated as assets. This is one difference. Personal management is more of a discipline, direction, and control oriented, whereas HR is development oriented. This is the key point. In the personal management, they always look for control in the olden days, but nowadays, everybody always they want a development side so that they should also grow along with the organization. That is what an employee wants. So difference is very minor, but then it is important to know the difference. Next. In short, if you have to define the human resources consist of the people who work in the organization. This we all know in the HR. Next is for an organization to be successful, you know, all the employees they should take care of each other and the department should also take care of the people who are working. So that is essential. They have to maintain a balance between caring of one's employees, helping them to maximize their potential and achieving the goals of the organization. So these two should go hand in hand. So, in short, HR departments are responsible overseeing employee benefits. This is the key term recruitment, training, development, and all those which we have discussed above. So these are the basic responsibilities of the HR department. Now if we come to the technical terms of all these, you know, staffing is basically total number of people, and then how you know, staff, we generally call people working as staff members. So this taking care of the staff members, analyzing them, how many staff are needed, when we should remove a staff, and when we should hire a staff like a new member. So all these functions are known as a staffing. That is a technical term given to it. So staffing, what it refers to is identifying the work requirements within the organization, determining the number of people and skills necessary to do the work, recruiting, selecting, promoting the qualified candidates. Like you can say HR is like more or like the recruitment section. You know, recruitment is a part of the staffing function of the HR. Next is employee retention. This is also key. If your organization is not, if your organization is not employee friendly, you know what will happen is many of the employee will leave the organization. So in that case, what will happen if many of the employees leave means your manpower force will reduce, your workforce will reduce. So one of the key things is to also take care of these people so that not many people leave your organization. So that is what employee retention is. Retention means keeping. For example, retention rate of 75% means 75% of employee they have kept with the organization. So retention rate should be high always. That is the key to success of any organization. And next is development. So how this is going, you can see. First we'll identify which is staff, and then we'll bring them into our organization. Next is retention. Then what we'll do, we'll ensure that they are in the organization. Once they are in the organization, then we'll work for the development. So development is also one of the function to preserve and enhance employees' confidence in their jobs by improving their knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics, like giving them training and letting them feel motivated so that they feel that they are also developing along with the organization. So that is what performance, morale, technical trainings, organizational development, career planning, and counseling. At the same time, you know, HR needs to take care of the discipline aspect as well. If there is no discipline in the workforce, then what will happen is the company will not achieve the goals. So discipline has to be maintained by the HR team. That is why HR team will frame so many policies, you know, which are known as HR policies. So at the time of joining, you know, in every organization, they will give a list of the policies that the organization follows, which are in short known as HR policies. Next is managing change. You know what happens is suddenly, let's say, due to technological change or due to, let's say, many people are leaving the organization, then what will happen is you need to balance the number of people. So what will happen is sudden, if there is sudden change, then you have to take care that the human resources are never in short. You have adequate resources. That is what HR has to always look for. So they have to manage some changes, any sudden changes which are happening in the market because of which the HR is affecting, then such type of change they have to be prepared for. They have to initiate the actions so that they can minimize the effect of this change. So minimize effect of the change. So this is what it is written here. Managing change ongoing, whose objective is to enhance the ability of the organization to anticipate and respond to developments to internal as well as external environments. Internal is like if within an organization, if some thing is happening which is against the organization, then they have to take care. At the same time, external environments, let's say in the market some other companies have come, so they will pose a threat to the existing organization, so they have to also keep a check on those things and to enable employees at all level to cope with changes. This is what managing change means. They have to minimize the effect of the change with respect to the human resources in the organization. So these are some of the responsibilities of the HR. Next is objectives. What are the objectives of the HR? Why we need a HR team? Basically any this HR team has two objectives. Not too many are there. First we'll start with the organizational objective. Organizational objective is what is the importance of the organization. What are they actually doing? The main aim of the HR is to simply support the other departments. They are playing a supporting role. So what they are ensuring is, since the key strength of the any organization is its working people, which is the HR. So if HR means human resources, if human resources are happy, then obviously the organization will grow. So if you see at a broader aspect, the HR is helping to contribute the organizational effectiveness, or you can say efficiency of the organization or the effectiveness. So they are assisting the organization with its primary objectives. So this is the organizational objective. So if you want to, in short, the department exists to serve the rest of the organizations. Let's see the functional objective. What they are doing at a functional level. So what they'll be doing is whatever the HR role has been given by the organization to them, so they'll have to maintain that thing. So they maintain the departmental contribution at a level appropriate to organizational needs. Like resources are wasted when HRM is not more or less sophisticated than the organization demands. So like organization wants, let's say, 1,000 people to be recruited, but then if your HR is skilled only to hire 500 people, that means you are not achieving the targets of the company which is set by the company to the HR department. So this is wasting the resources or not utilizing the proper resources. So they have to ensure that they have to be at a level which are appropriate to the organizational needs. This is important, at a level appropriate to the organizational needs. One more thing is, as I've said, they are acting as serving to other departments. So department level of service must be appropriate. So this is the functional objective. Now we have identified the organizational objective and the functional objective. Now next is human resources are basically people. So people will have personal feelings and personal thinking. So they have to take care of the personal things which is categorized as personal objective. So what under this objective, what they'll do is they assist employees in achieving their personal goals. So personal objectives employees must be met if workers are maintained, retained and motivated. So they have to make sure that employees are there in the company, they are retention in the company, and then they're always motivated. So they have to maintain the performance of the employees, and also the satisfaction levels should be high. So these things are categorized as personal objectives of the HR. Next is societal objective. In what way the HR is contributing to the society? If you see in a broader aspect, to be socially responsible to the needs and challenges of the society while minimizing the negative impact of such demands upon the organization. For example, societies may pass laws that limit human resources decisions. So since the HR is dealing with the human people, and these humans are a part of the society, so whatever they're contributing to these personal means these HR people, means human resources who are the workforce of the employees, anything which is affecting these people are indirectly affecting the society. So if these employees who are happy, then obviously it will lead to a happy society, so satisfied society. So in a way they are contributing to the society. So that is what is there one of the objective. So indirectly they are contributing to society, so they have a responsibility towards the societal objective as well. They should not always give a priority to organization. Sometimes ethics are important, and under ethics we need to take care of the societal objectives, because human resources are a part of the society, that we should not forget, because we all are humans. So that is the societal objective of that. Next is coming to the function. As we have discussed in the top, recruiting and selection, job analysis. Like if you want to recruit the people, then you need to know what job they will do. So for that you need to perform an analysis. You have to describe the nature of the job and specify the human requirements. Let's say you want to produce 100 packets, then how many people you need? Let's say 2 people. So specifying the number of human requirements, like what qualifications you need, let's say unskilled labor you need or skilled labor. So all these things are a part of the job analysis. Then another thing is job design aims at outlining the organizational tasks, duties and responsibilities. As we have said here, they are telling that these 2 people should produce 100 packets. So this is nothing but the assigning the task to these people, which is a part of the job design. So they have to take care of this job analysis and design also. Next is training and development. As we have said, HR always work for the development of the take care of development of employees. So they have to always work toward that. They have to enhance the employee skills and they have to contribute to the development of the human resources of the employees. So that is what is the one of the functions of this HR department. Next is wage and salary administration. How much salary should be paid? Then everything related to salary is all about that. Bonuses, giving bonuses, incentives, salary, all the things are taken care of by the HR department. Next is employee welfare. As I have said, we have to contribute to the overall welfare of the employees. Next is maintenance. We have to take care that all the infrastructure supporting the HR, means supporting the employees, should be there. Like nice chairs should be there for the people to sit, like canteen should be there, drinking water facilities, all the supporting infrastructure should be there, so that will help to maintain the employees. So all those things are comes under the category of maintenance function of the HR. Next is labor relations. Labor relations means they have to treat and they have to ensure that all the people, all the workforce, they have a healthy relationship with each other. So employees comes together and forms unions to obtain more voice. So in general they have to take care of the labor relations. Next is personal researches. They have to determine personal research is what is the in the market, how much salaries are paid for a specific job, what kind of leadership roles are needed. So they have to do some research before hiring the employees. So that is nothing but a personal research. Next is personal records. The history of the employees. Once the employee has joined the department, then until he retires, let's say, then they have to maintain all the records, how many leaves he has taken, so many things throughout his service. So they have to maintain the record of the employee. That is nothing but a personal records. Next is line function and HR function. This is important. In earlier days, or you can say whatever the core functions are performed by certain department, then those are line functions. Like they'll be doing the core work. Core work is, let's say, if you are producing a triple layer mask, let's say, so the production and the sales team is important, like the manufacturing is important. So they are doing the core job. You are supplying the triple layer mask, but then who is helping you? The production department. So that is what these are the line functions. This includes production and sales. Line managers have total authority over those who report directly to them. This you need not remember. Just remember that they are the people who will perform the core functions. This type of things in older organizations, this is one of the oldest. You can just remember, if they ask which is the oldest type of hierarchy in an organization, then there is a line function. Next, the staff function. Staff function is HR. They are basically supporting. They are not doing any core work. The main work is done by the technical people who are manufacturing, who are designing, whereas HR is just supporting them. So that is a staff function. As they are including the staffing, they are doing the staffing. So which is the HR. They are basically advising and they are taking care of them. They are not doing much at a core level. So that is the staff function of the HR. So we have come to the end of the chapter human resources. If you have any doubts, you can Write down your comments. I'll be happy to answer them. If you have liked the video, hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos. Thank you for watching.